I made a video back on March 20th that was titled, FOL Book Bag Sale Blows, but Yard and Estate Sales Prove Profitable. And that's still the case. However, let's talk about that particular library book sale or Friends of the Library book sale and see how things are going. It's only been a month since I went to that sale. I purchased 30 items, including some VHS tapes, and I sent them all in back in March. So it's only been a month. And as of today, I've sold 5 items from that sale, including a VHS tape. So 4 books and a VHS tape. The reason I want to talk about this sale, because it was a bag sale, number one, which means that this was the leftovers from what all of the resellers went through already the previous day, but I couldn't go on the first day. So the second day, it's kind of the leftovers, and you just take what you can get. And I got roughly 30 books for really cheap, $6 for 3 bags. I only filled 2 bags, but $6 I spent on 30 books, which is 20 cents per item. And of course, I shipped them all in to Amazon. So that cost around $9, I would say, guessing about 30 cents per item on the low end. It could have been a little bit higher, but I doubt it, around 30 cents. So $9 plus $6, so $15 all in. And it's only been there a month, so at most a month's worth of storage fees, which is at most 60 cents for all 30 items, but it's probably less, probably a penny for many of those. So I'm just gonna say on the high end, 60 cents. So $6 to source, $9 to ship, and about 60 cents or less to store for 1 month. So that's a total of $15 and about 60 cents, so around $15. The 5 items that sold after Amazon fees was $34.68. So Amazon paid me $34.68 minus the $15.60 is around $19 in pure profit off of only 5 items that have sold out of 30. It's only been at Amazon for about a month, a little less than a month. Do you think that I'm going to sell more than 5? I'm pretty sure I will. I've sold 5 already, and even though these are the ones that are selling quickly, that are for various reasons selling faster than the other ones, I'm still going to sell double, triple, if not quadruple the amount of items that I've sold already. So I'm estimating in the next 3 months or first 3 months, I'll at least sell 10, but probably about 10 to 15 items. And then the rest will sell slowly. And maybe in 6 months, I'll have hopefully 15 to 20 items sold and be more than halfway through the entire sourcing trip or all of the items that I bought on this sourcing trip. The reason that this stood out to me was that I specifically talked about this sourcing trip as not being that great and not wanting to go back to bag sales, which I'm still standing by, that this was not the best sourcing trip because the books were just not nearly as profitable as if I had gone the first day or been able to go the first day. So I definitely stand by that. However, even though I went on the less profitable day and there were not nearly as many books for me to resell, I'm still making a profit, still $19 ahead with 25 more items to sell. Just because you go to a sale that might not be that great, a bag sale or a library sale, like I went to recently, and a library sale on the first day that wasn't that great. If you're sourcing correctly, if you're making sure to buy items that are actually going to sell, for a profit of course, but also sell relatively soon, unless it's going to sell for really great money, over $20 profit I would suggest, it's going to be more than 6 months in the Amazon warehouse, then you should do really well. $19 a profit, I sell another 5 items, I'll probably be closer to double that, if not more, depending on if I sell a big expensive item. But let's say at least double that, so 40, 45 bucks. It's more than worth it. So once I get up to selling 15, 20 of these items, then making good money. And so you do that multiple times and you can definitely build up the profits and build up the sales. So I don't suggest going to bag sales on the second day unless you know there's going to be some good stuff and there's not that many resellers, or you're willing to deal with the duds and that sort of thing. But all of these were items that I sent in, the 30. I didn't take anything that I couldn't send in. So keep that in mind. Even if you go to a sale and it's not that great, you still can pull some profit out of it. Not nearly as much if you go on the first day. If I went on the first day, I probably would have bought double, if not more, of the amount of books and other items. But you take what you can and you move on. So you definitely can still make money at FBA at not so great library sales or book sales. Just keep that in mind. and don't get down on yourself if you go to a sale and it's not that great. As long as you pick the right books to resell, you still should do well. I also wanted to talk about, in a similar vein but different, is a sale that I made. So this isn't with the idea of, even though this book was not great to resell, it was actually ranked 4.4 million when I bought it. It still finally sold, and I still made a minuscule profit. So this is a book that 4.4 million rank. I bought it for $2 back in September of 2014. So the very first month that I started sourcing. It just sold this month after I had repriced it. This is me going back through older books, repricing them, or having them disposed of. This book I initially listed for $39.95. I was crazy. And it never sold. And so it finally sold, and I listed it for $9.25. So dramatically dropped the price, and I believe I was the lowest price on the listing. And thankfully it sold, so I don't have to have it disposed of. I can at least get a little bit of money and recoup everything that I put into the book. So I paid $2 for the book. It was a little bit of a bigger book, so I'm gonna guess 40 cents for shipping, but it might have been less, although I didn't send a very big shipment that first time. So it could have been about 40 cents, could have been 35, 30 cents, I don't know. But let's say 40 cents for inbound shipping. And it was in storage for a little over a year and a half. So let's say 2 cents a month, which is about 38 cents, about 40 cents. And you subtract that from what Amazon paid me, which was $3.80, and I made $1 profit. So a book that sat for a little over 18 months, about 19 months, this book sat, 19 months. And it finally sold, and I still made $1 profit. That is not a great business model. I would not send this book in today if I saw it for the first time and looked it up. So the lesson is, don't buy these books, right? Get better at sourcing. Don't buy the 4.4 million rank. Doesn't mean you should never buy it. Never buy a book with that rank, but you should definitely take a closer look and see if it's going for more money. If the lowest MF price is at least over, I would say, if it's over $20, then definitely consider it. But also you should take a look at the sales history. Is it selling once a year? Is there no sales history because it never sells? 4.4 million means that it could have sold a few months ago. It could have sold 6 months ago. Not exactly sure, but it has sold at some point. It's better than 10 million rank, that's for sure. So you can take a risk on it, but you better be the next sale, which is what I was with the $9.25 sale price. So avoid these books, and this is all learning experience. Now I know, over the months and year and a half plus that this is a book I should not have sourced, and I won't source this kind of book again. So I learned, but I also, instead of disposing of it, repriced it just to give it a shot to see if it would sell, and thankfully it did. It was definitely worth it, but not worth the $1 that I'm making off of it after 19 months in the warehouse. So yeah, don't let your book sit that long, and take advantage of this free disposal and return offer by Amazon, because once that's over, then we have to go back to normal and disposing of the books at a cost to us. So let's just clean up all our inventory, get much better at sourcing, which requires getting out there and scanning like crazy. As always, remember, keep booking. Mm-hmm. And that's why you don't send in books that never sell, and you make sure you have them disposed of, not returned.